storm. And Philadelphia has already seen upwards of a foot. New York City, more than a foot to a foot and a half. And that will continue through Hartford, Connecticut, and Boston. That's where the heaviest snow is continuing to make its way over the next several hours.
Well, CBS's Chris Van Cleve has a look at the airports.
Airlines started canceling flights on Saturday to get ahead of this storm. And now, essentially, they're going to be waiting out the weather, particularly in areas from, say, Philadelphia north to Boston. You are not going to be able to fly in and out of those areas today. Flights essentially suspended.
A federal judge has permanently blocked release of a report by special counsel Jack Smith on his investigation into President Trump's handling of classified documents. California Governor Gavin Newsom facing criticism, accused of making a racist remark during an Atlanta stop on his book tour, speaking to Atlanta's Mayor Andre Dickens.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. You know, I'm a 960 SAT guy.
Well, CBS's Scott MacFarlane has more on the fallout from FBI Director Kash Patel's overseas trip to celebrate with the U.S. gold medal winning hockey team.
The FBI director's taken some criticism for this, for being seen partying while there were huge issues back home. Yes, it was a taxpayer-funded flight on a government jet to get to Italy. When it was first reported, including by CBS News, there was pushback from Kash Patel's spokesman saying that those were erroneous reports.
Well, President Trump again defended his tariffs on social media. Over the weekend, he levied a 15% duty on all nations.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. A spokesman for Britain's Prime Minister says no reciprocal action is off the table if the U.S. doesn't honor its previous tariff deal, which was more favorable to the U.K., adding, quote, no one wants a trade war. And the EU has put its U.S. tariff deal on hold in response to Trump's new declaration of 15% tariffs.
CBS's Stacey Lynn on a morning event today at the White House.
President Trump hosted families of victims killed by undocumented immigrants, including Georgia nursing student Laken Riley, whose death helped spur immigration legislation. Her mother, Allison Phillips.
She just wanted to go for a run that morning.
The president signed the proclamation.
I'm going to sign this, okay?
Okay. A candle was lit in honor of the victims.
Jesse Bird,
whose names were read out loud.
And checking Wall Street, the Dow is down 731 points. The S&P is down 71. This is CBS News.
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth. 48 Hours, Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Big deficit, more big spending. We'll get a look at a new budget proposal coming out of Olympia this morning. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. Got some delays. Linwood to Bellevue taking you 57 minutes right now. Normally, it's about 39-minute drive. Linwood to Seattle is 47 minutes. Normally, that takes just over half an hour. Alderwood to South Center, 74 minutes. Normally, 57-minute drive there. Also delays Alderwood to South Center, Bothell to Bellevue, and Everett to Seattle. Take you 53 minutes normally. It would take you about 40. This traffic report brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. It's home show season. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off, plus 12 months, same as cash financing. Visit them at the home shows or lakewashingtonwindows.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Lindsay. Despite a looming multi-billion-dollar deficit, state Senate Democrats are calling for even more spending. They will unveil a plan in about an hour that adds $2.3 billion in new spending, even as Washington faces a massive deficit. To help close the gap, the proposal taps about $750 million from the state's rainy day fund. Senator Jamie Peterson and others are also pushing hard for that new millionaire tax, though money from that wouldn't start rolling in until 2029.
There is no path for us to make the kinds of investments that we want and need to make in the public schools of Washington state without having the kind of revenue that this bill offers us the opportunity to have.
House Republicans, including April Connors, say they intend to block it.
Our goal over here in the House is that that bill dies in the House this year, and we'll do everything that we can to stop it.
Democrats will hold a news conference on their budget proposal at 10 o'clock. Several airlines, including those at Seattle International Airport, have canceled flights to parts of Mexico after violent unrest erupted in the state of Jalisco yesterday. KIRO 7 spoke with an American tourist who's trapped there.
At this point, we are not supposed to leave till Wednesday, so we don't know, how this might develop over the next couple of days.
American and Canadian carriers, including United, Southwest, and Air Canada, also halted service as the situation unfolds. Well, starting today, riders in the Puget Sound region can pay for most Sound Transit fares by tapping contactless credit cards, debit cards, or digital wallets like Apple Pay or Google Pay. Officials say some machines might take a while to update, though. Your weather forecast is calling for clouds, occasional rain this morning for the rest of the morning, 49 degrees this afternoon, cloudy and 47 tomorrow. Wednesday, showers will be breezy, about 50 degrees, cloudy, and 51 degrees on Thursday. Right now, we have gray skies, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Frank Lindsay. KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Oh, it's Monday, y'all. Hey, happy Monday to you. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Now, Ursula, I got a question for you.
Okay.
And let's just say, if you had a chance, some of your loved ones that are no longer here anymore, and let's just say they had a Facebook, an Instagram, would you want AI to be able to continue on with their Facebook and Instagram as if it were them going forward?
Hell no.
Well, today at 9:47, I can't wait to talk. Of all the things we're going to talk about today, at 9:47, this topic right here,
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about it because right now, there is a new patent that could let AI run social media for the dearly departed.
Oh, my word.
That's crazy.
I mean, what else, right? What else? What is sacred anymore? Hey, copper thieves struck again, shutting down Sound Transit's brand new Federal Way extension for hours. And with World Cup crowds and a major expansion just weeks away, is our light rail system ready for prime time? We're going to get into that after our 9:30 newscast. As always, we invite you to join us on the Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
Let's get to it. Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law.
The U.S. State Department is now urging Americans in parts of Mexico to shelter in place, avoid unnecessary movement, and also check for road closures following a surge of violence in western Mexico. CBS's Karen Wall reports that warning comes after the Mexican army killed the leader of a drug cartel.
Chaos hit the streets of Puerto Vallarta, the Mexican state of Jalisco, and beyond Sunday, as Mexico's most notorious drug cartel fiercely retaliated after soldiers killed their leader, Nemesio Ruben Ascuera Cervantes, widely known as El Mencho. Ascuera Cervantes was wounded during an operation to capture him in Jalisco and died while being flown to Mexico City.
Now imagine being stuck there right now. Jim Beck is in that situation. He is staying at a resort in Puerto Vallarta, and he spoke with CNN.
We've been coming down here for almost 20 years, and we've always told people to come down and check it out because you always feel safe here. We've never, ever not felt safe. And today was the first day as we left the hotel to go have breakfast and saw all the craziness going on and the violence and the smoke that we were actually terrified. And we saw the people running down the streets, running from the flames and stuff and the fire. And we ran back to the hotel, and then that's when they got the shelter in order place, and we've been here all day.
And you heard in Frank's newscast, too, several flights between Seattle and Puerto Vallarta were canceled yesterday and again today. And while there are some flights now operating, the airlines have also issued travel alerts. I know that you had some strong thoughts on this one, G.
Well, yeah, before we get into those thoughts, you guys know we like to do this show and make it interactive with all of you. If you're someone that has a trip lined up in the next month or two, or you plan on going down to somewhere in Mexico, text us on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. We love to hear from you. Ursula, this is a very scary situation, and I think it's also an opportunity for people to really start to, if you will, learn a little bit about what really goes on down there. By the way, there's so many books on cartels that you can go and read up on. I'll just say this, Ursula. When we talk about cartels, Mexico's cartels aren't just drug traffickers. These are organized criminal networks with crazy amount of influence. Yes. Do they traffic the heroin and the methamphetamine and the fentanyl that we all talk about to the United States? Yeah, they do. But they also are entrenched into the government. They are also entrenched in law enforcement, in courts, in all of the different systems. We talk about the potential of corruption that happens in the United States. We have seen that. I mean, look at the Epstein files. That's another story. But we see corruption here. It is not even close, Ursula, down there. And the top boss in this drug cartel being taken out, people would say, oh, well, then I guess that means that things will calm down now that the leader is taken out. Actually, it's going to be quite the opposite for the next little while, because there's going to be people, groups vying for the top spot. There's going to be the junior lieutenants that are going to be wanting to get it. So you're going to have all these different gangs and stuff fighting to get that. If I had a trip to Mexico, Ursula, my loved one, I'm not going for at least a year. Now, I don't want people mad at me like, oh, gee, you're trying to get people to stop going down and try to scare folks. I'm not fear-mongering at all. That's how I would advise my family.
Yeah, there's a state advisory in effect right now. We're getting a bunch of text messages. 253 says Alaska Airlines has flight attendants and crew stuck down there in Mexico, also on the East Coast with the terrible weather that is forecast for there. Melinda in Bellevue says, I know 2 families who had to cancel upcoming trips to Mexico yesterday. Stephen in Stanwood says, yeah, we're taking our 5 kids to Cancun first week of April. There's spring break coming up.
Yeah.
And I have spent a number of spring breaks in Puerto Vallarta. And you said it perfectly. Cartels are basically operating in just about every Mexican state. What's unusual is places like Puerto Vallarta, you don't normally see it at least as overtly as what we've just seen right now.
Yeah, but I want to answer something to that, and I'm glad you brought that point up. And this is a way for a lot of us to better understand. In Puerto Vallarta and Cancun, yes. Oh, they're there.
They're there.
No.
Absolutely.
They are there. Mm-hmm. They understand. Cartels understand tourism dollars. They want the United States. They want you and Mima and Papa to come to the resorts. They want you to be safe.
Yep.
You're gonna no problem.
Yes. This doesn't help the cartels either. Yes.
But don't get it twisted. Most of us don't realize just how close we are to one of these cartels being like, you know what, things aren't going right. Let's just go and kidnap some folks. It can happen that easy, but they don't do those things because imagine, the Gee and Ursula Show, one of the top 5 stories would be, hey, everyone, down in Puerto Vallarta at this resort, 2 people were kidnapped. What would that do? That would stop people from coming there. They don't want that. But now, with this happening, a lot of them are like, oh, you guys think this is a game? Okay, let's talk. And that's what's starting to happen right now. And who knows, not even the experts can tell you how long that this will last.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because, as you said, tourist zones are generally strategically kept calmer because of the amounts of money that they bring in. And I looked into it. Mexico welcomed around 45 million international visitors. That was in 2024. And so it has only gone up. It's really made a comeback after the pandemic. But basically, it is 6th when it comes to international tourists.
Okay.
And this is going to
it's going to slow it down. Well, I'm seeing a lot of text messages come in from people that are saying, yes, cancel now. 253, that's a great question. I was thinking about this last night. Now, you know some of the World Cup games are supposed to be in Jalisco, right? This changes a lot.
It does.
A lot.
And we're going to see that over the next coming days.
I wonder if they'll still keep the games there. I wonder if, and just so we're clear, these cartels, if you guys can see some of the images that are on there, they are very strategic. Like, you want to talk about someone who I believe that they know, like, okay, you guys want to play? if we stop things from happening in Jalisco for the World Cup games, that's going to stop dollars, and that's going to put a chokehold on everything that's going on right now. I wonder if they're trying to keep this up because they know what's happening in Jalisco.
888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. If you have family that's stuck over there too, we would love to have them on our show. So let us know about that as well. But if you are flying out of SeaTac this week, you may have had a brief moment of panic for another reason, like, is TSA pre-check gone? So for a few hours yesterday, the Department of Homeland Security said it was going to suspend TSA pre-check because of the partial government shutdown. Funding for that agency lapsed on February 14th, and DHS initially said it needed to move personnel around because of it. But then, hours later, the TSA reversed course. So as of this morning, TSA PreCheck is still running. Global entry, however, is suspended, and DHS says it's going to continue evaluating staffing as this shutdown drags on. But just in case anyone's tracking, almost all of TSA's 60,000 employees are considered essential, and they have to work during a shutdown, but they're not getting paid. And, of course, history tells us the longer this goes on, the more likely you're going to see sick calls, longer lines, ripple effects at busy hubs like SEA.
Well, we're back to this topic again, unfortunately, and then the whole conversation about travel. You notice they suspended that TSA pre-check for about 5 minutes, Ursula, and then they came back and brought that back right away.
Yeah.
Because we all know come Monday, a lot of business travel was starting to happen, and that would have just been a mess. You know, we knew earlier last year that this was going to be pending coming up. We knew that February was going to be the time for it to happen, and here we are again. I don't know what else to say other than I'm sure can't wait for these folks that be fighting all the time
in Washington, D.C.
Washington to start doing things and getting it right. Because,
acting like adults.
Because they don't hurt from it, right? They can fight, they can shut down, and they still get paid. Like, that should, like, stop all of us in our tracks and be like, hold up, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Y'all keep fighting in D.C.
Yep.
Y'all mad. Y'all want to shut down and have a pause. You continue to get paid.
Yes.
Your babies go to private school, your college, everything is cool. You get to take your vacations. Everything's great. Meanwhile, 95% of the 60,000 TSA workers, right, if they continue on, they could potentially not get a check.
Yeah.
Does anybody see what's wrong with this?
Yes. How about as long as you're not doing your job in Congress, you don't get paid until you come up with a solution? Because this is the whole thing about this is that right now Republicans want to fund Homeland Security without new limits on immigration enforcement, and Democrats are withholding votes unless there are tighter restrictions and oversight on ICE agents. Have a spine and work together toward a solution so that people are not going unpaid.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, talking about money right now. Have you filled your gas tank recently? Okay, after my little episode on the freeway, and you were sharing with me that I should never get below a quarter tank with an older car.
Yeah.
So now I've been trying to just keep the car full,
Try to keep it full,
right?
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I filled our Honda Pilot, which is a really old car, and it cost over $70. And right now, the average price for a gallon of regular is about $4.29 in Washington.
Okay.
It's more than that in Seattle, in the Seattle area. But that is up 6 cents overnight, 16 cents in a week, and a jaw-dropping 47 cents in just a month. You blink, it's up another $1. And that surge has pushed Washington to the third highest gas prices in the country, trailing only California and Hawaii.
Now, part of this is just seasonal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
it's the same way in October, or no, it's not October. Ursula, when does pumpkin spice start? Like October or something? You know what I mean? So
we hear this thing every year, and this kind of the seasonal thing, and I think a lot of people
blend,
don't really.
the summer blend.
Yeah, like do we have to have the summer blend?
Right, because there's a thing.
So much people are just rolling their eyes right now.
Okay, but being serious, The summer blend, right? That is a thing when it comes to the type of gas. They got to kind of switch over, get ready for the spring and summer.
Yes.
And yes, also the crazy taxes here, the carbon fees that we've talked about it. No, we are trying to fight for the most expensive pump in America right now. Down in California, Ursula, where I was, I saw that thing hit $5. Now, my question is for you, Ursula. Don't not tell the truth. Are you going to stop going out because of gas prices?
If this were another time in my life, yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a lot of folks be. Hey, I know. Hey, I remember them days.
I'm telling you right now, it's the truth. I mean, there used to be a time when it would be like, I've got $20 and this has got to last me a while.
I used to be at that gas pump making life decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so if the kid was to make the baseball team, that means that actually, you know what? I'm going to accidentally have them miss the tryout. Because if they miss the tryout and they don't make the team, I won't have to drive. Y'all think it's a game. Real life decisions get made at the gas pump.
So true. And there are folks who are texting in saying this is self-inflicted because of the gas taxes in this country. We do have among the highest in the country, and yes, you can blame the Democrats for that. It makes up 17%. The price of crude makes up nearly 50% of what you're paying at the pump. And so when we bring up that whole summer blend thing, refineries are cutting production for maintenance while shifting to a fuel that's more expensive to make because it is designed to evaporate less in warm weather. I'm giving you the explanation because I've heard that for decades now.
Yeah.
And I've never understood, like, what is this summer blend? And can we opt out?
Before we move on, Ursula, I've been saying and bringing it up. For some reason, I haven't seen anybody write up on it. I haven't seen my Northwest, Seattle Times, nobody. Has anybody noticed their electric bill or their gas bill lately? Have y'all seen it? It's diabolical, Ursula. These prices are crazy. PSE and them, they're tripping.
Well, and that's also caused by...
What is it caused by? Because I wasn't expecting this.
Yes.
I had to let them know if I could put the bill on layaway. Hey, your boy's struggling, right? I mean, hey, Klarna, Affirm. Hey, excuse me, Susie. Do you take Affirm? Because I'm struggling and ain't got it right now. No, being serious. If you guys got a bill out there that you saw that's been outrageous, probably you got into a fight with your significant other. Like, oh, you need to turn the lights off. You left the light on yesterday at work. How many of y'all times growing up did your mom and dad say, turn the light off? That's what my dad did to me every single time. You don't pay the bills around here. Turn the light off. Man, would you chill, man?
You know what other bill just won't stop growing is car insurance. Oh, my goodness. Those premiums keep climbing.
We were warned.
Yeah.
We were warned.
Yep. All right.
Wow. Okay, wait. But there's got to be good news. Have you looked at the Dow lately? Okay, not today.
No, man.
Someone just texted and said, have you looked at the Dow?
And
it's not good.
Hey, my portfolio in the year 2026, it's struggling.
Ooh, it's down 782 points as of the moment.
Hey, by the way, I got one. Here's a question for you all. If the heat is on in your house, what temperature is it set at?
68.
There you go, Ursula. That's my dog right there.
Yeah. Wait.
Well, my dad, may he rest in peace, it needed 66. To be on 73, 74. It's way too hot. That was the worst part of my childhood, was that heat being way too high. But I think anybody...
But he was the one who also said, what's going on? And he wanted you to...
Exactly.
Turn off the lights, but blast the heat? Like, I had the opposite. My dad had it real cold.
All right, you 68. Nick, where you at?
We used to live around 68, but we brought it down one. We're at 67 now.
Okay. Sophia, where you at?
No, I grew up in a 72-degree household. I'm sorry. 68 degrees, that's wintertime in Southern California.
Put some clothes on.
Well, now at my house we keep it around 68, but I'm like, it's cold. When I look and see that the heat's on at 68, that's not the heat.
All right, I'm telling you right now, if you're by the way, a lot of people are texting in 67, 68. Anybody that's 72 or above, that is diabolical.
Not from around here if it's at 72.
That's what I'm saying.
Coming up next, Sound Transit, man, have y'all been hearing about this copper wire theft that's been happening? Sully's going to come in and explain it next. Gee Ursula.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Nobody should drink and drive. It's absolutely dangerous. DUI Heroes cares for their clients as people, individuals who have made a mistake. If you or someone you know made the unfortunate mistake of driving under the influence and was pulled over for DUI, DUI Heroes will hear you and they will understand you. They will represent you, defend you, the person, helping you get your life back in order. I know Jonathan and his team. They're wonderful people and exceptional to work with. G. Scott for DUI Heroes, your DUI defense specialist, DUIHeroes.com.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated. And with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. Whoa!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Discover a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Lindsay. 25 members of the Mexican National Guard were left dead in 6 separate attacks after special forces killed a notorious leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel, El Mencho. A family from Lacey is among many Americans in Puerto Vallarta being told to shelter in place amid the violence there. Here's KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey.
Christina Sabarin and her partner are hunkered down at a resort in Puerto Vallarta. She tells KIRO 7 TV explosions and plumes of black smoke are not too far from the front gates.
We're actually down there just 2 days ago in the area where they're at right now, where they're doing all the bombing or blowing up the cars and stuff. There's kids down there. There's families down there.
The Puerto Vallarta airport is closed. Dozens of flights from SEA and other U.S. cities are being canceled. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A Seattle-bound plane from Wichita, Kansas had to turn around and land after a passenger's phone and power bank overheated during a flight yesterday. This woman tells KAKE-TV she was on that plane.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to crash.
Well, one passenger was hurt, but the plane landed safely. President Trump will likely bring up his new tariff plan tomorrow when he delivers the State of the Union address. Trump over the weekend raised his global tariffs from 10 to 15% after the Supreme Court determined most of his other levies are illegal. He's been weighing in today on Truth Social.
He once again insisted he has the authority to do this no matter what the Supreme Court says. He says, as president, I do not have to go back to Congress to get approval for tariffs.
CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes. A man convicted in a 2024 Auburn homicide will spend more than 28 years in prison. Calvin Jackson Jr. pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. Police say he shot the victim, left her in a wooded area off of West Valley Highway North. On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is down 800 points. The NASDAQ down 277, and the S&P right now is down 79 points. KIRO News Radio traffic northbound 5 in the Tacoma area near South 56. We got a disabled vehicle blocking the left lane. Northbound 99 at West Marginal. Fence repair works happening until 5 o'clock this afternoon, so be ready for some delays in that area today. Your weather forecast calling for occasional rain today. And a high of 49 degrees, 47 degrees tomorrow, cloudy skies and breezy with some showers on Wednesday with a high of 50. It is 46 right now. That traffic report, by the way, was brought to you by Bucky's Complete Auto Care. For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com. I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
I'm their conduit, and I'm glad to do it.
It is 9:33. You're listening to the Gee and Ursula Show, and I looked at the headline. I was like, man, it was a while that we weren't hearing from about copper thieves, and then we find out that they have struck again, and it has affected Sound Transit's light rail service. Sully, we wanted to find out from you, like, what is happening?
Well, you got a bunch of criminals out there
yes.
stealing copper wire.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like this has gone away. But now, since they've expanded the lines down to Federal Way and now down into Redmond, there are opportunities in dark places to go and rip wire where there isn't a lot of security, there isn't a lot around it, and so twice in the last couple of weeks, including the day of the Seahawks parade, copper thieves stole wires and prevented service from Federal Way. So twice, and then it happened again on Friday morning, going in, taking wire, and it's an endemic around here. I mean, it's just they ripped them at the West Seattle Bridge a couple months ago, took out the lights there. For a better part of last year, they kept ripping out the ones for the express lane sign on northbound I-5 getting into downtown. They just kept going to the junction box and ripping the wire. So, yeah, it's very common. But, yeah, now it's...
Who's buying it? Who is buying this stuff? And what kind of penalties on the people that buy stolen copper? Like, for an example, Sully, if you had a store and you kept buying the damn copper, I'm going to come to you and say, hey, Sully, listen, man, the next time we find out that you buy some stolen copper, we closing you down.
Yeah, that would be great, but there is no law about that yet. You see, look what happened with the catalytic converters. That was a big issue a couple years ago. Legislature came in and started saying, okay, we're going to track these, and we're going to go to pawn shops, we're going to go to recyclers, and we're going to shut that down. And it has. There's been a vast reduction in catalytic converter theft, a reduction there. So right now, I mean, you could sell this. There's a huge black market for it. I'm not sure how you get around that. And then, some are going to recyclers. Recyclers are supposed to ask. I mean, it's not like I show up with a couple pounds of ripped wire.
Let's face it, though. They know this stuff is stolen.
Of course they do.
There's no way. Like, where are you getting this? Okay,
they know, but
and I know that there's legislation right now this year that would force the scrapyards to take pictures of the sellers and the materials and create a searchable database for law enforcement. That should have been passed a long time ago.
Well, as I said, they did it with catalytic converters, and it seems to have worked. But I think the one way to get at it is to get at the buyer, and that seems to be what this law is attempting to do. But the question that I have, and with Sound Transit, and I've asked this a couple times, is what can they do to prevent this, and where are they ripping it from, and how they can beef up security around it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're adding cameras, they're adding patrols. The other question is, aren't these wires charged? I mean, they're stealing them while service is happening as well. It's like, I'm not an electrician, but I mean, there could be some danger involved in that as well. So I'm hoping to get a site visit from Sound Transit to go out and kind of get a better idea of where and how and what, so we can, kind of really identify what they can do to harden some of these targets.
All right, hold on. Let's go back to, I know it needs to be legislated, like it's not against the law. But as of right now, I'm telling you guys, I don't even, if I had some copper right now up under my desk, I wouldn't even know where to go.
Me neither.
So okay, so you know what we should do? We should have a list of the places that you can go. So, for an example, if you're in West Seattle, all right, there's 3 locations in West Seattle, hypothetically, y'all, in West Seattle that you can go to. Let's put their name on the list, so then that way, when we talk about this story again, Ursula's got it in her notes, top 5 stories, and she can run it down. All right, was it in place A, B, or C in these places? Because we got to start running this down.
Yeah, I agree.
We do. Well, a couple of the other things that they're trying to do, and here's my question, because what has Sound Transit, because this is so disruptive. And you were talking about during the parade being one of the
morning
days
of the
they
parade,
decided to strike, and that's a time when everyone is being told use public transit.
Yeah,
exactly. So what is Sound Transit specifically doing to try to deter it?
Again, they're trying to harden the targets a little bit, and finding ways to cover the wire. Now, I mean,
aren't there AI-powered cameras that they could use?
They're adding more cameras. There's also other things you can do to protect this wire. I mean, mass transit agencies around the country have a variety of different ways of getting after that. Some bury them in concrete. Some use an expandable foam to get around there, so that it's hard to determine what's copper and what isn't.
Cable.
Correct. And so those are
Coatings.
options that they're going to have to start looking at. Now, of course, Sound Transit's probably a little gun shy of spending more money they don't have, but it seems like this might be good money to spend if it'll prevent them from having service disruptions like this.
I think the fastest way to do it is, like you said, with the catalytic converters, is to stop the market. And the folks who are buying this,
it's on the buyer.
It is absolutely stolen. They need to be asking a lot more questions.
I seriously don't even know where to go. I seriously don't know. Do they go to pawn shops?
They can, but they're usually going to metal. I mean, if you just Google metal recycler, they will. You can just go and drop it off at
okay, so
Bob's
that's easy.
shop.
How many metal recyclers are in each town?
Well, there's a sizable amount, actually. Yeah, bet you could Google that right now, Ursula, and find out
I'm doing it
how
right
many
now.
how many metals recyclers are there.
And then there's no requirement of ID, Sully, or nothing. You just show up and hey, I got some copper wire. I got some copper for sale. Want some?
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's basically like showing up and opening up your jacket pocket. What do you need, G? What do you need?
Scrap metal recycling yards and industrial recycling companies. For example, Rockaway Recycling, Miller International. Those are some names.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying that they're buying the stolen stuff. I'm just saying those are some names. Companies like International Rec specialize in buying large loads of copper wire.
Well, I got electricians hitting me up now. Lomax in Sammamish says, I'm an electrician, and I've recycled scrap wire for decades. There's plenty of scrap metal yards. I believe you. Where? I don't even know where they are.
Well, gee, we're not in the business. They all know. Yeah.
Okay, that's my point.
Yes.
They all know.
Yes.
So here we are, still having this be a problem. You and I are in the business. Sully isn't in the business.
Yes.
But you're telling me, and I agree, Ursula, they all know. So why are we sitting here scratching our heads like, we don't know where this is happening? They know.
And there's
well, and the lawmakers know.
Yeah.
And law enforcement knows.
They know. Like, for example, if I came in, if y'all saw shows from the 70s and 80s, y'all used to see the bruh at the barbershop open up his trench coat and like, hey, check this out. I got some copper right here in the side of my jacket. You know what I mean? You wouldn't ID me or nothing. You don't think it's stolen or nothing?
Yes. Which is why it needs to happen at that level.
And it's probably, there are probably several people that those folks go to that fence it themselves, and probably then they take it to the spot. Because I can't imagine somebody who's pulling this for drug money, if that's what's happening, isn't going to somebody for the quick cash, and then that somebody else is then going to the recycler. To be able to kind of make it work. Again, I don't live on that side of the law, but I'm sure there's a huge network out there, just like we saw with the bike thefts and the bike recycling, in the jungle years ago. Yeah, they know, but we don't know. But you're right. It's got to stop.
$4 to $5 per pound for scrap.
Well, thanks, Sully.
It's lucrative.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Again, I'm glad. Aren't you glad I pulled out the old? Hey, what you need? Your trench coats.
Now, Ursula, I will tell you this story. Now, coming up, and this is, may my dad rest in peace, but coming up in the barbershop, Ursula. In the barbershop where I went. Now, I can't speak for some of you guys' barbershops.
Okay.
I'm telling you how some of my barbershops were. And in the barbershop, sometimes, Ursula, they would come in, they'd have some socks, some drawers, some fruit.
Yeah.
Some
jewelry,
some meat, some bacon.
Some random things. Like a little marketplace is what you're telling me.
So this is what I'm saying. You didn't ask for ID. You didn't ask for any questions. How much is that? Oh, it's $10. I'll give you $5. Deal.
Yeah, and as long as it's treated that way when it comes to copper wire, we're going to have
that's my point.
Closures.
Yeah. So sometimes I'd be scared to tell real life stories, but sometimes I need to just to kind of try to point home. Yeah. Thanks, Sully. Appreciate you, man. Hey, coming up next here on the show, there is a new patent that can let AI run social media for the dearly departed. We'll talk about that next. Gee Ursula.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO Newsradio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM, powered by MyNorthwest.com.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are, as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Speaking in rocks are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83 or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83 or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
Draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
$83 or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
$83 or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Have you ever wondered how to use your tax return to reduce future taxes? Madrona Financial's 1040 Treasure Hunt is a free hands-on workshop that shows you how to analyze your return and uncover tax savings opportunities. This free event is happening March 3rd at 6 p.m. at Madrona's Kirkland office. RSVP at 833-673-7373 or visit madronafinancial.com/events to reserve your spot today.
This is a paid advertisement. Investments involve risk. See full disclosures at madronafinancial.com.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense, and that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025. Actual speeds vary. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial cable.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Hey, real quick, before we get into the topic, you know, we are very transparent as to what happens around here on the show. As we're getting ready to come from break onto the show, Ursula says to me before I turn the microphone on, hey, G, are you good to do this? Do you need me to hit the sounder? And to which I said, no. I came to work today.
Because you had a couple days off.
I had a couple days off. Yeah.
Kind of.
All right. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. I don't know why this is on this topic of hell to the gnaw, but let me see what you think. What if you could fight people in the comments from the grave? It sounds ridiculous, but that could be the future. Meta has patented an idea that would let AI simulate the way that you post, comment, like, and DM so that you can still be online after you die. According to a report from Vice, this AI would study your posts, your captions, your little passive-aggressive emojis, and then keep talking just like you, keeping the gram alive even though you're not. Now, apparently, Meta has had this patent since 2023 and isn't planning to use it anytime soon. But not soon doesn't mean never. So before I ask Ursula, I want to ask you, seriously, would you sign off? Because let's just say right now there's a check, because there is a box that you can check as far as like, hey, when you die, who it can go to, your account and all that kind of stuff to deactivate and all that. But Ursula, when you die, because you know everybody will at some point.
I didn't mean it that way. I'm glad you paused. Just momentarily, you looked at me like, when you... Oh, we all die. Okay, yeah.
You know I ain't got no damn sense.
Yeah.
But when you die, would you check the box of, sure, Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, allow AI to do its thing and keep me going?
No, because first of all, it's creepy. Secondly, Meta is already exploiting us. Now you want to have them exploit us after we die?
Okay.
No.
All right. See, Ursula, you're going too fast by saying no. That means that you didn't spend as amount of time on this topic as I did. I actually researched this.
I did.
I mean, when I say research, thought about it. And here's what I thought about, Ursula.
Okay.
This would keep me alive forever. The biggest thing is you don't want people to forget you. A lot of times outside of your kids and everybody, most people going to forget you anyway. So this is a way for me to stay present. I'm checking, yes. Mark, keep me going.
Okay, but you know what's going to happen?
Walking with G going. All those things.
Okay, you know what's going to happen, though? It's fine to keep your walking with G for there in perpetuity, but not pretend it's new content when you're dead.
Yeah, I wanted it to be new content too. I want when somebody says things like, let's say somebody says like, "Oh my goodness, my president wasn't in the Epstein files." I want to come back from the dead and be like, "Are you sure?" Because he was mentioned more times than Jesus in the Bible. I want to come back and say that.
So in other words, you want to continue being petty after you've died.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it'll check out your posts, and if you were a petty something, they would keep you petty.
Okay, let's go back to it though.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be fair to Lillian and others who do love you, who you don't recognize, who do love you, to have this inability to actually grieve your passing? Because acceptance is the last phase of grief, right?
Yeah.
And you're still, I want to say, haunting them from AI, and they don't get that closure. So that's one.
Okay.
Do you think that they're going to get people's okay before they die to continue to do this? Like you said, if you could
check the box.
Check the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a big if. So that would be a big.
Now, I just want to say, so you were saying like it would be tough for your loved ones to grieve you while you're gone. So I guess the question
because then you're pretending to be alive.
Right. The question would be,
AI is.
What's more important, your family grieving you or your name remaining?
But you're okay. Well, hold on.
Huh?
You're making an assumption that both cannot be true. Your family can properly grieve you because you've passed, but your memory and the things that you've already posted that were you when you were alive continue to live in social media.
It happens in memories. It be happening. That'd be messing me up though. Sometimes the memories, the Facebook memories, be messing me up.
I mean, people just wouldn't know. I mean, someone just claimed that Queen Elizabeth was still alive.
Oh,
and that's not the case.
They be saying Tupac's still alive all the time.
Putting a lot of trust in AI with this case, because don't want to jeopardize your reputation after you've gone? Like, who knows what AI is going to say for you?
Thank
after that?
You know what's interesting,
Sophia? This would just be pure exploitation.
You know what we're living in? every day, we were already set up. Black Mirror prepared us for today's world because every day we wake up is literally Black Mirror.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sophia, now would you check yes to keep your content going?
I don't really think I'm that interesting enough on social media to keep my. What, you want to hear a version of Sophia yapping on the internet until the end of time? I don't think so. I think let me rest in peace, please.
Hey, Nick, I want one every single day that would say with Sophia, and it says,
Signature. Bernie and Kent says, no, G, we are not doing this. Let me rest.
People are going to look at it after a while and be like, that ego needs to be put down after a while.
Now, we're laughing, though. Here's my question. Here's my final verdict. Do you guys think that this is going to be an option in the future?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you already see it with music, too, when people release music from artists after they die. I mean, this is going to be another way for people to be connected to them.
And then there's the holograms of artists who have passed that show up in concerts and shows, you know.
True. I think that's creepy, too.
All right.
But at least you are very aware that it is a hologram.
Yeah, true. Hey, coming up next here on the Gee Ursula Show, flights canceled. Some flights have been canceled at SCA, not just because of what's going on in Mexico, but what else is going on the East Coast? We'll tell you next. Gee Ursula.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Parango and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday, scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. Shovels, scrapers, plows, all deployed in most of the Northeast to deal with a foot or more of snow and blizzard conditions from Philadelphia to New York and now into Boston. CBS's Lilia Luciano is on Long Island.
Everything is covered in snow. This area is not used to seeing this much snow. The last time that snow got to 2 feet was back in 2013. The one thing I'll say, though, is that compared to the last blizzard, it's not as cold.
Well, transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve tells us
the airlines are hoping to resume service to the Northeast sometime tomorrow. That will depend on conditions, and already have canceled more than 1,300 flights, primarily New York City and Boston.
In L.A., Nick Reiner has just pleaded not guilty in the killing of his parents, Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer Reiner. His attorney entered the plea to 2 counts of first-degree murder. Just days after the former Prince Andrew's arrest comes the arrest of another prominent Brit for his ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. Peter Mandelson, former British ambassador to the U.S. and one of the UK's most highly connected political operatives, has just been arrested. Emails in the Epstein files suggest he, like Andrew, may have shared confidential government information. Unlike Andrew, Mandelson, who is gay, has not been linked to any sexual allegations regarding Epstein.
The European Union has paused its trade deal with the U.S. now that President Trump has imposed 15% tariffs on all countries. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
The president is sending out a series of warnings today via Truth Social about any country that doubts his ability to impose tariffs in this fashion. He said any country that wants to play games with the ridiculous Supreme Court decision, buyer beware.
We've heard from a federal judge appointed by President Trump who has now permanently barred release of the special counsel report into Trump's handling of classified documents. CBS's Scott McFarland.
It was a lengthy opinion. Among the things Judge Eileen Cannon cited was the fact that there was nobody convicted in connection with that classified records case, a case she dismissed in July 2024 against then former President Trump, but also that the records are to be sealed to protect the reputations and potential future legal exposure of Trump's co-defendants.
Mexico says 25 National Guard members were killed after the killing of a top cartel leader. Americans in some parts of the country have been told to shelter in place. Wall Street, the Dow is down 730. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Violence in Mexico leaves Americans stranded, including some from Washington. More on that in just a moment. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. We've cleared that disabled vehicle northbound 5 down near 56th in Tacoma. And we have some minor delays. Bothell to Bellevue taking an extra 6 minutes right now. Everett to Seattle take you about 35 minutes. Normally it's a 27-minute drive. And Everett to Bellevue, about 34 minutes right now. Normally that takes you about 30. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Frank Lenzi. Violence across parts of western Mexico continues after the leader of that country's most powerful drug cartel, known as El Mencho, was killed over the weekend. Right now, flights out of SCA to many vacation destinations are being canceled. One of the larger resort cities in the area, Puerto Vallarta, is a popular vacation spot this time of year for families in the Pacific Northwest. This woman tells KIRO 7 she is sheltered in place at a resort.
There was some people that were supposed to leave today, and they're still here. We're safe. We're okay. We're not worried right now. Of course, I love everybody. I've got a lot of people messaging me, asking me if we're all safe, and right now, yes, we are.
The airport in Puerto Vallarta is shut down. No word on how many Americans will be evacuated. Despite a looming deficit, Democrats in the Washington Senate are rolling out a budget this hour that increases state spending. Their plan adds $2.3 billion in new investment, taps about $750 million from the Rainy Day Fund. Senators also bank on revenue from the proposed millionaire tax, projected to bring in $3 billion a year, but not until 2029. Most Republicans are voting against the tax, Senator Chris Gildon calling it a slippery slope. A major new study finds teenagers who use cannabis are more likely to be diagnosed with serious mental health conditions as young adults. Here's KIRO 7's Dee Dee Sun.
Using cannabis at a young age can lead to serious psychiatric disorders later on in life. That's according to a new study published in JAMA Health Forum. It found that the rates of psychotic, bipolar, depressive, and anxiety disorders were all much higher in adults who used cannabis as teenagers.
Some experts describe the findings as very worrying and say early use may not be as harmless as many think. Seattle police investigating a serious crash near Northgate after a driver hit a power pole over the weekend. This was Saturday night when police say a Volkswagen crossed lanes, hit a parked Tesla, and seriously injured its passenger. Driver tried to take off but was later arrested on suspicion of vehicular assault. KIRO News Radio weather is calling for clouds this afternoon, a high of 49 degrees. Cloudy, 47 tomorrow. Wednesday is going to be breezy and wet with a high of 50, 51 degrees. Cloudy skies on Thursday. It's 46 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Appreciate y'all hanging out for the show. Ursula, I don't know if you can tell, but have you noticed I'm excited for Mariners baseball season?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Is this a new fit?
Oh, yeah. I got a lot of new fits ready on deck. I'm about to pull them out. I'm so excited about the Mariners. And here's the thing. I think we can all agree that our excitement collectively for Mariners baseball, not you, Nick, I'm talking about everybody, usually doesn't start until after All-Star break, right?
Yes.
Then it starts, things are going.
But we got a strong taste of the possibilities
We
last year.
got that taste, Ursula.
Yes.
And so when you get that taste, you can't not taste it again. So April, I can't wait. Right now, they got spring training happening right now.
Yes.
And so I'm excited. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Hey, coming up at 10:30, we are going to talk about how so many folks in the Gen Z generation are still with their parents, and somehow their parents just can't kick them out. We're going to talk about that coming up at 10:30.
Is this a Sophia-inspired topic?
Yes, it is.
You
make me do it, Gia. You make me do it.
Text us if you're in that position. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
What's new at 10?
And as we have been reporting, a new U.S. travel advisory is urging Americans to be extremely cautious in parts of Mexico after a major military operation against cartel leader El Mencho has sparked violence and all sorts of unrest. Travelers in some popular destinations like Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara have even been told to shelter in place. And our Seattle morning host, Charlie, is here with us right now because, Charlie, you just got off a cruise ship.
Yeah.
And where were you?
We were in Puerto Vallarta. In fact, G was texting me on Wednesday, kind of saying, I hear you're going to be out, among the palm trees and enjoying the sunshine.
No, tell him what I really said, though. What did I say? What will you be wearing?
I had made a joke behind the scenes. Hey, maybe I'll be out wearing a Speedo by the pool. I really wasn't going to wear a Speedo. But Gee wanted to comment about it. So, yeah, we were laughing and having a good time.
Yeah.
What we do on the cruise, it stops in Puerto Vallarta. You spend about 10 hours on the ground there. And there's a place we had gone before where we got a day pass for a resort. So we were on the beach. It was fabulous. And the cruise ship, the Norwegian Bliss, which, by the way, is based in Seattle over the summer and cruises out of here to Alaska, you get off at the port, and if you look at some of these photos along the waterfront, I had taken a picture that morning of the beautiful waterfront. There's a sunrise happening, and there's this boat there. And as I'm looking at these images of destruction yesterday, I'm realizing, oh, that's that very same boat right where we were. This is where all the tourists get off that boat. And I couldn't help but think, first of all, thoughts and prayers to everybody involved there and how awful it is, that situation. But also, is this the last cruise ship? Was I one of the last people to go on a cruise ship to hit Puerto Vallarta anytime soon?
Well, at least for the moment, we have not heard, because I looked it up this morning. I've not heard of any cruise lines saying, outwardly anyway, that they are avoiding or canceling sailings, but I know that sometimes when you're on a cruise, they will change port of calls.
I have a little intel for you because I before going on this cruise, I joined the Norwegian Bliss Facebook group or whatever.
Yes.
And some of the passengers who are on that very cruise right now, they were getting on as this all started going down. So we had just gotten off the boat yesterday. I'm standing in line at LAX as I'm following with horror on social media. And then passengers, as they got on, they started posting, Captain just came across with the announcement, we are not going to Puerto Vallarta on Wednesday.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Think about how many Seattle families are down there. Like on the ship itself, I would say at least a quarter of the people were from Seattle. Going to Puerto Vallarta, I mean, there were Seattle people everywhere. It's so popular.
So you just came back from Puerto Vallarta, right?
Yes.
Right, on the cruise. If you were giving, let's just say one of your kids are like, hey, Dad, I want to go down and visit down there as well, would you suggest they go?
Hell no.
How long would it take for you to let them go?
I listened to an expert on this sort of thing who talked to me about being savvy and being smart, especially around criminals. He was on my show this morning around 8:45. Said at least a year.
No doubt.
Wow. To get over what's going on right now.
Now that expert, don't tell anyone, Ursula, it was G. Scott who was on the show.
Oh, gee.
Hey, I got some experience down in Mexico, Ursula.
Yeah. I mean, so do I, and it's such a big part of their revenue. The tourism.
And
I mean, so for this, this is going to be a humongous hit. But right now, we're actually trying to connect with some of the people who are saying, yeah, my sister's over there, my family's over there, or we were just about, I mean, people are canceling or delaying their trips. So this is extremely disruptive. But obviously, I feel horrible for the people who live in these areas who are dealing with this.
One thing I think about is you get off, and I'm sure you've gotten off a cruise ship in Mexico before too, Ursula. But when you get off the cruise ship, there are a bunch of Mexican National Guard members all around that port. They are, they have long rifles on them. They mean business.
How many of those have gotten killed?
Exactly. And it's just heartbreaking because those are kids. You go to a beach in Mexico and you have these Mexican National Guards members who are walking along the beach, all geared up with a bulletproof and, again, the semi-automatic rifles.
It's startling when you first see it and you're not used to it. And you're like, whoa.
And then
they are armed to the gills.
And you realize, I mean, that is what the cartels, that's the threat they present.
And by the way, that sight that you see when you go down there and you see, like, if you kind of go off away from the resort or something like that and you see them, it's a way that people feel safe when they see that, right? They're like, oh, well, we're secure. Like if you go to Mexico City, I think it was Ernie and Kent that said they went down to Mexico City. They saw that same thing. That veil has kind of been removed as of right now, and don't know when it'll come back. And what I mean by that is that because of this unrest that is going on, because of you don't know who's who, because of the cartel's strength in numbers, and which they do have that, I just don't know when it's going to be exactly safe again, because we're always going down there and we feel safe. Everything's safe. Your friends and Ursula, you've gone down and everybody's gone down and everything was great. It's great until so.
Right. Okay. How do you feel though, knowing that you barely missed all of this?
I feel so conflicted because I really enjoyed my time there. I love talking about going there, and now this is in the backdrop of, man, those people are going through so much right now, and you worry. Think about the 1980s, watching every game show. Where's the fabulous prize to? The all-expense paid trip to Acapulco. You never hear that because the cartels took over that town. It's not happening. I worry that same thing happens at Puerto Vallarta.
It's so beautiful.
I want to also just bring up one other thing. Our hands are not clean with this as Americans.
Oh,
our usage of drugs. When you think of heroin, you think of cocaine, you think of fentanyl. You think of meth. Where does that come from? It comes from Mexico. These guys have all this money. The reason they have all this money? Because of our love of drugs in the United States. So you cannot just be like, oh, those Mexicans, they don't have it together. They've got cartels. They've got drugs. No, we're buying those drugs. We are funding those cartels. So
Absolutely
our hands
right.
are not clean.
So true. I wanted to mention Robin Puyallup said you haven't even touched on the airlines that have postponed and canceled flights into and out of Mexico. I think that list is going to get longer.
Going to get longer. Our friend Shannon Farron, one-time KIRO radio reporter, she was on a plane to Puerto Vallarta yesterday that got turned around mid-flight.
Oh, man.
How about all those weapons that the cartels are using? Anybody notice those weapons?
Those seem like pretty powerful weapons.
I know. Drugs go north, guns go south. I'll just kind of leave that simple visual for everyone to hear.
Well,
drugs go north, guns go south.
I'm glad that you got off the boat safely. I'm glad you had a great time. And it may be a while, so you'll enjoy the memories. But heart goes out to folks who are stuck there. We are trying to reach some people who are from here, who are stuck over there. If you know anyone who is in that situation, text us on our Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Thank you, Charlie.
You bet.
Okay. There was a really shocking moment at the British Academy Film Awards, also known as BAFTAs. This happened last night, and it was toward the start of the show. Sinner stars Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo took to the stage, and they were presenting the first award of the night when suddenly there were profanities yelled from the crowd.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
So it's bleeped because someone in the audience yelled the N-word, and later on, show host Alan Cumming took to the stage to explain the moment and try to justify why it happened.
You may have heard some strong and offensive language tonight. If you have seen the film I Swear, you will know that film is about the experience of a person with Tourette syndrome. Tourette syndrome is a disability, and the tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means the person who has Tourette syndrome has no control over their language. We apologize if you were offended.
And the host had earlier told the audience that the guest at the ceremony was John Davidson. He is a Scottish campaigner for people with Tourette syndrome, and he was the inspiration behind the film I Swear, which did get some awards.
Yeah. All right. So if you guys are just hearing that, Ursula just explained it very well. Now let me give you guys just a little bit more context. There was a 2-hour delay between the BAFTA event and the BBC airing of it. Let me say that again. Not 2 minutes, 2 hours. In one in which they edited out a woman saying Free Palestine on the original broadcast when the BBC aired it. So they had 2 hours to bleep out the N-word. They didn't. Okay, let's keep going. What I find interesting all over social media in people talking about this reminds me of something that has been happening my entire life. I've had it happen. I've had it happen recently, all the time. This is the part where we ask for more grace for the person that shouted out the racist slur than we do for Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. They had to keep their composure. They had to do things and stay in line. They could not get emotional about those things. Why? Because for some reason, there always is this expectation that we black folks are just supposed to sit there and take it and be disrespected and be dehumanized. And because people are more concerned with, well, let's talk about the intent. That's not what they meant. They didn't mean that. They didn't mean that. They are more concerned with the intent than the impact. Mm-hmm. People say racial slurs, homophobic slurs, and people will come to their defense. Oh my goodness, I've been knowing them for years. They didn't mean that, and that's my best friend, and they got black friends, and they have gay friends, and they have all this stuff. People will go, they will lose their minds trying to help people understand why they said it. But they don't care. Most people don't care about the impact. And so this is why this topic right here is such a trigger for me, because we consistently deal with it. We have come to the situation where there is if this condition right here were to make him say inappropriate things, and there's a word for it because it's not just Tourette's, but it's another word.
Coprolalia.
Coprolalia. And in that, they say inappropriate things. Watch this. There was a 2-hour delay. Didn't get cut. The only inappropriate things that were said was that there were women on stage. He didn't scream, oh my goodness, look at the butt. He didn't scream anything about their bodies. He didn't scream anything inappropriate other than the N-word. When Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were there. There were 2 black men on stage. For some reason, he wanted to say the N-word. This topic really bothers me because this is something that continues to happen. And here's my suggestion going forward. My suggestion going forward is this. Someone saying this and doing this, it can still be a teachable moment. It can still be a learning moment. But we must put more value into the impact instead of spending our time trying to come up with excuses as to why someone did and or said that. Both can be true. Mm-hmm. You can still, hey, the impact is huge, but hey, listen.
Yeah, I think that the most egregious part, other than what came out of his mouth, and he is someone who is well known. This whole movie was about him. And I'm not going to get into that part, but the host coming back and saying, if you were offended, how about everyone's offended by hearing that? And that his explanation, I think, was lame. And then the second part of it, and what I would have said if I were the host, I'd be like, that was awful. That was horrendous. That was inexcusable. And this came from someone who has Tourette syndrome, etc. But the other part is, why wasn't it removed? BBC had the opportunity to remove it, and it wasn't. And I think that was a big thing, too. And unfortunately, on the Tourette syndrome, the whole point of the film is to get people to understand this condition, and what this particular person has is the most extreme version of Tourette syndrome. That coprolalia part where they swear and a lot of times it is, just so people understand, it's the words that get blurted out are often the ones that you think are the worst things that you could possibly say at the moment. And it is involuntary for sure. But again, as you said, the impact is there, and you need to understand and address the impact.
Right. I'm glad you bring that up, because you talked about the sorry excuse for what was that supposed to be, an apology?
Yeah,
sorry if you were offended.
Sorry if you were offended.
And the person that did that, we should have played that sound. That's what we should have did. And because imagine if the person with Tourette's would have said homophobic slurs out loud. I wonder if that person commenting would have got on there and commented that way. You see, it's always different when it impacts you. But if it impacts others, I'm sorry maybe if you were offended. But again, the person with Tourette's, he didn't say anything, a homophobic slur. And by the way, a homophobic slur would have been awful too.
Any slur. BBC is now apologizing, though, for not editing it out after the fact.
Coming up next here on the Gee Ursula Show, we got scenarios at 10:47. But at 10:30, some folks are stuck with their parents and childless. So how Gen Z can't grow up. We do that next. Gee Ursula.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike McDonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
Seattle will hold a victory parade Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO Newsradio.
At Bible Law Group, our team reflects the same lessons learned by our founder, James Bible, while playing for legendary Husky coach Don James. Coach James always said it's amazing what gets done when nobody claims credit. That's the philosophy we carry into every case, because your victory is what matters at Bible Law Group. When your legal problems hit biblical levels and you feel like you're stuck in a lion's den of litigation, you need a legal team that won't back down. At Bible Law, we've secured over $40 million in settlements for our clients, and we're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical, there's no beating CM Heating.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Nick, did you know this is called quit time? Did you know what that is?
I do not know.
That means right about this time of the year, people quit their New Year's resolutions.
Oh, kind of like last year.
Okay, never mind. The important thing is that both of us made a New Year's resolution that we would take better care of ourselves for each other. And we're holding to that.
We are not flaming out because...
Longevity Medical Clinic. So we get the support of Longevity. We told them what our goals were, and they're like, absolutely, we'll get you in line. So they support me, they support you, and then as a couple, they're making us accountable for the decisions we make. So we're not going to be quitting on these things. I can't remember what your New Year's resolution was around the house.
My New Year's resolution around the house was that I was going to try to get you to start putting things away.
And I was going to get you to actually learn how to cook a piece of chicken.
Oh, well, that's for next year.
Okay, fine. Either way, we've got a team behind us. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn, understands the pressure that comes from owing money to the IRS. Don't let that pressure build. Call None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Nate Connors. Americans in Puerto Vallarta who are being told to shelter in place amid the violence there. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
Our own Seattle's morning news anchor Charlie Harger and his family barely missed the violence in Puerto Vallarta. Picturesque scenes from his cruise ship and the dock, now filled with explosions and black plumes of smoke.
A lot of Mexican National Guard troops are there, fully armed, there to protect the tourists. And I always think in the back of my head, okay, well, they're never really going to need that. Well, guess what? Those people were pressed into action.
Charlie and his family are safe. Dozens of flights from SEA and other U.S. cities are now being canceled. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A Seattle-bound plane from Wichita had to turn around and land after a passenger's phone and power bank overheated during the flight Sunday. This woman tells KAKE-TV she was on the plane.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to crash.
One passenger was hurt, but the plane landed safely. A former U.S. Postal Service worker has pleaded guilty to mail fraud for sending fake government billing letters to thousands of charities and businesses, according to KIRO 7. Prosecutors say victims mailed checks to a post office box the defendant controlled, and he deposited more than $80,000 in checks. The total fraud scheme involved nearly $400,000 in mailings. Washington State's use of automated license plate readers has sparked a heated privacy debate. Civil liberties advocates argue the technology can build detailed travel histories and has led some cities to turn off their systems, according to the Seattle Times. Lawmakers are also considering state limits on how long the data can be kept and who can access it. According to NPR, new research shows teens who used marijuana had about double the risk of developing bipolar and psychotic disorders by age 25. KIRO 7's Dee Sun with more.
Right now, more than 10% of all teens in the U.S. reported using cannabis in the past year.
The study excluded teens who already had symptoms before they first used cannabis, strengthening links between early use and later diagnoses. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic looking pretty good out there. In fact, the drive through Seattle, one of our only slowdowns, and you're slow from Northgate into downtown. That Revive I-5 backup is just minimal right there at 520 across the Ship Canal Bridge. We do have big backups at the Agate Pass Bridge all week long due to road work at the bridge. It's the annual cleaning, so you're down to one lane across the bridge through Friday. I believe the hours are 9 to 2, and traffic is alternating across the bridge. Expect anywhere from 20 to 30-minute delays. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio. And now your weather. A few showers linger this morning. We'll eventually see some sun this afternoon with a high in the upper 40s. We're 46 and cloudy right now downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 10:33 on this Monday morning, and Gee, you heard the headline in Nate's newscast about this news research that shows teens who used marijuana had about double the risk of developing bipolar and psychotic disorders.
Yeah, that was something. I'll talk about that with you after. Yeah, that was something. Yeah.
Oh, God, I thought you wanted to talk about... Oh, no. Okay, well, let's talk about a whole different thing then. Let's talk about kids who don't want to get out of the house.
Okay,
because there is a new generational shift that is taking shape, and it could have some long-term consequences. So this is according to different research now done in the UK, and it says that 2/3 of Gen Z are still living at home with a parental figure. And that is 3 times more than millennials who were surveyed at that same age. So we've talked about reasons why people are living with their parents more
often. We know why, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
It's a lot more.
Yeah.
It's also the job market has changed dramatically. That's a big situation here in our neck of the woods. And it seems like there are more and more parents, too, who are willing to say, hey, let's just stay together until you can actually fully launch, even if it means you're 35 years old.
Right. It's real out here. You have situations where you have a lot of Gen Z, obviously, that can't really, I mean, maybe they can't afford it, right? Like sometimes you can afford to go out there, but sometimes the quality of life goes down. Yeah, you can afford it, but your friends want to go out on the weekends, but every weekend you only have about $50 left to your name. Gas prices have gone up. Your electric bill, gas bill has gone up. So all of these increases that are out here, they continue to dip into your pocket. So you realize that I'm in my 20s. And or maybe, what's Gen Z now? 30, up to 30, 31, 30, I think.
Around 30 years old.
Yeah, around 30 years old. You want your quality of life. You still want to be able to take some trips, go to some concerts. So the best thing to do, if you can, would be to stay at home with your parents or a loved one.
Okay, I need to ask, though. And Nick, I haven't checked in with you. Are you still...
Yeah, I'm still living with my dad right now.
Okay, and... because I know that I wanted our sons to stay with us as long as possible, and then at some point...
How long that last? They were like, we out of here. They were like, we out.
You're throwing shade my way. Hold on. They would have stayed, and they would have stayed. But you know what? At some point, it's like, yeah, this is crimping our style in certain areas.
Right.
And I'm just curious how you work it out, whatever you're willing to share, Nick, because right now... I mean, that's a great thing, but there's probably also some drawbacks.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of young people these days that don't have the option but to live with their parents. But in my certain situation, it actually is fortunate for me because my dad and we don't have that really father-son relationship anymore, and it's actually for the better because we treat each other like friends, like roommates, and it's not where he's like telling me what to do all the time. He lets me live my life, and he's told me too, if you want to have friends over, or even like girlfriends over, like go ahead and do it. And also on the other hand, like he's not necessarily home all the time because he's got his own lady friend that he visits up in Bellevue. So on the weekends, it's really my own place. So it's not a special situation compared to like other young people. And I couldn't, I know there's some where it's like it's not as ideal as that kind of narrative, but
I'll say this. Speaking of narrative that you just brought up, Nick, I would say 15 years ago, if there was a stigma associated with, I live with my parents, right? And people kind of judge you. Oh, what is that about? Now, today, I think if you say that I live with my parents, I think logical people are like, wow.
That makes sense.
Not only does it make sense, how lucky you are. Like that is to me, that is a flex.
No,
to
that's
be able
for us now because we're not dating those people. If you are in the dating scene and someone tells you, okay, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, Nick.
Okay, keep going.
But if someone says, hey, and you're looking for a potential life partner, and it's like, well, I'm living at home with my parents.
Well, the man and woman situation, I think, is looked at different. I think if the woman is living at home and the man is living at home, I think society judges the man harsher.
I think you're absolutely right.
So that's
agree
one.
with that. I agree with that.
But two, let's be real with the opportunity. Like, for an example, I believe that if Jared, like one of Lillian's kids, if one of her child wanted to come home, or one of my kids, if they can come home, if you can come home and be able to save a bunch of money, to be able to save 15, 20% of what a down payment would be. So instead of you going out here paying the $1,200, $1,500, $2,000, if you got a roommate, whatever that might be, you're saving that every single month at home.
Yes.
You stay with your parents for a couple years. Now you got X amount of money to go out here and to be able to purchase you a home. So it can be looked at as a flex.
Yes, I think smart people would look at it as a flex, but I think that there are some people who would still look at it, just keeping it real, as an ick. Like, are we keeping Gen Z kids by keeping them at home?
Well, I would say that the chances of a Gen Z running into another Gen Z probably living with their parents, those odds are higher these days too. Or if they're not living with parents, they're living with roommates. Like, look, not many people at 25 years old is walking out of college or whatever and going to just buy a crib here in Seattle. That's just not happening.
Robin Puyallup wants me to ask you, Sophia, would you date someone who is still living with their parents?
I mean, I think it's like a nuanced issue, right? It's very circumstantial. I will say that something that's interesting that this conversation brought up when I was looking at it earlier is whether or not it affects your ability to have any personal growth or advance in those adult milestones if you're stuck at home and you're not getting to expand. And I think it really does. Like, are you living at home but you're living with, mommy and daddy making you meals every day? That's very different than if, you're just living with your parents and they're working and they're doing something different. And so I would take it on a case-by-case basis, but if it felt like it was something like you're living at home and you're still very presently, actively a part of your family's lives, I don't think you've had much personal development as an individual adult.
Ooh, Sophia went deep right there, and you're so right. You're so right. There's a lot of people that don't have that personal development. And one of my things, Ursula, this morning, that I talked about on Walking with G, sometimes it's good to lose.
Yeah.
And the story that I gave, like, how many of you all have not been able to pay your rent and got kicked out of your apartment? Like, them stories like that, those build you. Like, oh, man, I messed up. I can't do that again. You learn from that. But like to Sophia's point, there's a lot of folks, you might be living with your parents, but where is the personal development? Is mommy and daddy also taking care of your cell phone bill? They're taking care of your car insurance, taking care of your laundry, cooking your food. Whenever you get into any little bit of trouble, mommy and daddy are there for you. Personal development. Well done, Sophia. Ooh.
Well, and I like what Nick said, too. I mean, your living situation makes sense. You're more like
and I think
roommates
in this situation, it's case by case.
Son.
She brought up a good point with personal development. With my dad, I split the groceries. I pay for my own cell phone. I pay for my own gas. I'm paying for most of my bills aside from the actual rent itself. So I think he set me up well for what the situation is right now.
I think it's fantastic. Rico from Ording says, I feel like Ursula might be stuck in an old mindset about this Gen Z's living at home. I want to make it clear. I wish my sons would continue living with me. G was the one who pointed out that they were ready to get the heck out of Dodge. If I could, I'd have them living in my home as much as possible.
Yeah, but they're in a situation where your sons, fortunately, they were able to live together. That helps.
And by the way,
they're able to live together.
Exactly. I encourage that because they were both looking for apartments on their own. Like, that's crazy.
And when it comes to like dating and reception from women on when I say, I live with my dad still, it's hit or miss. It's case by case. Some women, they're like, okay, that's good. I like that because you're
saving,
making attempts to save money. But there are others that are a little more judgmental and take it as it is on the surface. And that's not the people you want to be with anyway.
Exactly.
You know what, Sophia? That personal development comment, that might be your best. You too young to be that wise, girl. Good Lord. Hey, coming up next, Scenarios, Gee and Ursula.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM, powered by MyNorthwest.com.
This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out all my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I wanted to.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO News Radio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
When someone hears the words, "you have cancer," it's one of the darkest moments in their life. Light the Night brings light to the darkness of cancer by uniting survivors, patients, and supporters in the cause to end cancer. Friends, families, and coworkers form a community of hope, raising funds in support of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Together, we walk with lanterns held high to light the path to cures. Last year alone, the FDA approved 18 new drug therapies and treatments to treat blood cancers. The impact of LLS-supported research goes beyond blood cancer. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. When we walk, cancer runs. Join the movement to end cancer today. Visit us at lightthenight.org.
Albert Lee Appliance Clearance Center, opening soon in Kent, on the corner of 212th and West Valley Highway.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Oh, man, what a good show. You know my favorite part? I think my favorite part of coming to work, Ursula, it's me and you, and then there's Gen Z with Nick and Sophia.
Oh, yeah.
Like, man, come
I
on,
know.
man. It's the best of
Like,
both worlds.
We're trying to bridge the gap here.
And just so we're clear, I be learning from Gen Z.
Oh,
Nick,
yeah.
Sophia, y'all be teaching me.
It's been the battle of generations on this show lately. It's been fun.
Even though I give y'all a hard time, I do be learning. Scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
I'm 24. I work remote. I make decent money. But I refuse to go into the office because I think commuting is outdated and pointless. My boss says in-person collaboration matters. I say productivity matters more. What are you shaking your head for, Sophia? I also don't answer emails after 5 p.m. I mute Slack on the weekends, and when older coworkers say we need to pay our dues, I think that's just code for suffering unnecessarily. Now, my promotion got passed over because leadership says I'm not visible enough. Am I setting healthy boundaries, or am I sabotaging my own career? 888-973-5476. It's the Mushroom Casino Resort text line. I'll let you go first, Ursula. Go ahead, Ursula. Go ahead.
I know where you're going to go.
You know where I'm going.
I do. So, first of all, kudos to you that you set what you believe are healthy boundaries. But what your bosses are telling you is that your healthy boundaries are not in alignment with where they want to go as a company. And what they're telling you is that the promotion that you were passed over for is something that you're probably going to continue to get passed over because they don't think of you as a full team player, sadly.
And that's coming from former management.
That's correct. Trust me that people are very aware of those boundaries that you have set up and when it impacts the company.
Yeah. Like Todd Burian said, that person answered their own question. Right. Yes, exactly. You're sabotaging yourself. And the company, they're setting their own boundaries. All right, Sophia, I saw your energy over there, especially the part where I said refuse to go to the office because I think commuting is outdated and pointless. Go ahead.
Well, no, it is just funny because I do think there's so many debates around the work from home culture and whether or not people should be allowed to return. Like, if they don't want to return back to the office and they're just as productive as home, should we really be making them go to the office? But at the same time, if management is telling you that you have to go into the office, you kind of have to suck it up at a certain point and just do it. And I think work-life balance is important, but maybe hold your cards to your chest a little bit. Like, have that balance, but keep it on the low. Don't let everyone know that you're doing it.
Well, they're letting them know. So that's why they got passed over for the promotion.
Sophia just gave a gem of information. Like, you might be doing that, but hold that close to your vest.
Yeah, like, if you don't want to answer Teams messages after 5 p.m., that's fine, but just don't tell everyone that you're not doing it.
It's not
just
hard.
silently disappear.
All right. Hey, Ursula, here's something that I learned. I look at work the same way potentially you can look at the dating world. Okay? Hear me out. I always knew that I'm not going to be the best looking. There's always going to be somebody better looking. I also knew, Ursula, there's also going to be somebody with a better body than me. And there's also going to be somebody that makes way more money than me. All right. So I'm not going to be able to, in order for me to court the next person, there's no way I'm going to be able to depend on those things. That's how I look at work. There's going to be somebody smarter than you. There's going to be somebody that has more talent than you, that has more experience than you.
And outworks you.
That's one thing that you can control. You can control
exactly right.
that.
Exactly.
And I'm telling you, because I know sometimes we got the youngsters that listen to our show from time to time, and then the rest of the people, everybody always, they know it all already, so good for them. If there's one thing that you can do, and I know somebody can relate to this.
Yes.
You can outwork folks.
Yes, you can.
And it is probably the most important skill that you can have is the ability to outwork folks. That right there is, I'm telling you.
That.
Yes.
And also being versatile or being flexible or being able to pivot.
Ooh.
Yes. Because when you are in a period of downsizing, your company is well aware of those who can do a bunch of different roles in the company. You don't want to just be pegged for that one thing, because everybody needs the ability to do multiple things. Now, I hate to say it.
Now, I know it's easy, Ursula, to make fun of the one guy or gal at the work that's like, you know what? Every time the boss asks them to do something, they're all so willy-nilly to go do it. It's almost like they're kissing the manager's butt. I just want to say this. That person that's always willing and say yes to do things,
they're being recognized.
They're being recognized, and they'll keep a job. But don't be the G of the world. Like, every time we ask him something, he don't want to do it.
One more quick thing.
Yeah.
Now, Microsoft today is going back, starting today. Everyone has to come back at
3
least
days a week.
3 days a week, right?
Yeah.
Do not be the person when you have those 3 days a week that you're supposed to be in, that you're calling in sick, or you've got something going on, some lame-o reason for you not to be there those 3 days.
Just slithering around the room
Nick!
over there. I know there's some jobs where remote work can be done for the long run, and for a lot of people, it keeps them in their element, staying at home. But beware if you do go at that path. A good point was brought up on this show just now, that you could be doing yourself a disservice, staying rogue with the rest of the folks who do return to the building and build those relationships. So stay at home at your own risk, and understand that an office that works together usually stays together, with a chance you could be left out of the loop that's building the chemistry amongst each other.
Love will keep us together.
Around here, the reputation builds between all of us, and I take being in the building together amongst us all with this show, rather than the screen time we would do on Teams or Zoom, where it kind of feels half artificial. It feels more genuine when we're all together.
Sophia, before we get out of here, I got a question for you. Let's just say you have 10 people that work from home. Of the 10, how many do you think get laundry done at least one time during the week while at, air quotes, work?
Probably 8 out of 10. It's the best time to do your laundry, I would assume.
All right. Are we going to have a guest on the show next hour?
Perhaps. I'm working on that right now.
Okay, so as you all know, everything that's been happening down in Mexico, there's some tourists down there that, of course, have been nervous about the unrest that's going on after the capture and it killed the top leader down there, El Mencho. So we'll be discussing that next. Gee Ursula.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO Newsradio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM. Powered by MyNorthwest.com.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Listening to me with your earbuds up on the roof? It's not worth it. Jake Skorheim here. Valentine Roofing is giving everyone 1 year of free roof maintenance when you purchase a new roof this month. That's professional care keeping you safely on the ground. And with flexible financing available and payments as low as $159 a month, Valentine sure makes it easy. So stay off your roof. Instead, call 206 Roofing and schedule your free estimate. Then reserve your spot on their spring schedule. Call 206 Roofing today.
KIRO News Radio.
Get on the YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO News Radio, then subscribe.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday, scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Nick Reiner in a Los Angeles courtroom has pleaded not guilty in the killing of his parents, Rob and Michelle, last December. CBS's Carter Evans was there and says Reiner was not behind a partition this time.
His hair was shaved pretty tightly. He was wearing a prison jumpsuit. It looked to me like he might be wearing handcuffs, but I was sitting at a different angle. The judge entered that not guilty plea for him, but I did find something interesting. He did say one word, and it was basically yes, but it was a resounding yes. The judge was setting a next hearing date for April 29th, which would jeopardize his right to a speedy trial. And she looked directly at him and asked if he understood that and if he was okay with it. And he looked back at her and calmly said, yes.
Blizzard-like conditions in the Northeast. Almost 2 feet of snow has fallen from portions of Ocean City, Maryland, up to Boston. CBS's Lilia Luciano is on Long Island, New York.
What is happening is a lot of wind. There were wind gusts of up to 60 miles an hour. The wind howling. Everything is covered in snow. This area is not used to seeing this much snow. The last time that snow got to 2 feet was back in 2013.
This traveler at Newark Liberty Airport says she and her husband have been canceled and rebooked 5 times.
Our flight today got canceled and they said there's no options. The earliest we can get you out now is Friday.
There are over 7,700 canceled and delayed flights in the U.S., according to FlightAware. Overseas, another arrest connected to the Epstein files.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. Scotland Yard has just said that Peter Mandelson, former ambassador to the U.S., has been arrested in a misconduct probe stemming from his ties with Jeffrey Epstein. British police don't name suspects, but the suspect had previously been identified as Mandelson, one of Britain's best connected political operatives. Like Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, emails in the Epstein files suggest he shared confidential government information.
Tomorrow night, President Trump will deliver the State of the Union address, but as CBS's Stacey Lynn reports,
there's a growing list of House and Senate Democrats who have indicated they will not attend. That includes Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and according to her people, the Congresswoman does not plan to attend any of the counter events either.
On the request of President Trump and 2 of his former co-defendants, U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon permanently blocks the Justice Department from releasing the portion of former special counsel Jack Smith's report that details his investigation into President Trump's alleged mishandling of sensitive government documents and alleged obstruction of the federal probe. Stocks are down on Wall Street. The Dow has fallen 753 points. This is CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here? How is this possible?
Great storytelling starts here.
Oh, come on.
Why? It's time for 60 Minutes.
We'll hear from a local woman stuck in Puerto Vallarta, but first, your KIRO News Radio traffic. And it's not looking bad. South 5 in Seattle is heavy from Lake City Way across the Ship Canal Bridge, but Linwood to Seattle still less than 20 minutes. Our Revive I-5 back up northbound starts just past Mercer. It's going to take you 6 minutes to get through this. And at the Agate Pass Bridge, both directions of State Route 305, drivers are sitting in close to 2 miles solid backups due to bridge work. Drivers are alternating across the bridge, and this work is between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. through Friday. Plan on 20 to 30-minute delays. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Nate Connors. Several airlines, including Alaska Airlines, have canceled flights to parts of Mexico due to the violent unrest that erupted in Puerto Vallarta yesterday. KIRO 7 spoke with a woman from Lacey who is trapped there.
At this point, we are not supposed to leave till Wednesday. So we don't know, how this might develop over the next couple of days.
U.S. and Canadian carriers, including United, Southwest, and Air Canada, also halted service as the situation develops. Supporters of Ukraine gathered Sunday in downtown Seattle to mark 4 years since Russia's invasion began. The march went from Pike Place Market to Seattle Center, drawing hundreds of participants. Organizers said the rally highlights ongoing hardships in Ukraine and calls for continued international aid. Benaroya Hall is going to get a makeover this summer. The downtown Seattle concert venue will shut down for 6 weeks starting in July. It'll reopen in early September, just in time for the Seattle Symphony's new season. When the doors open again, you'll find some fresh changes. There'll be a new welcome desk and ticket concierge, a bigger cafe in the Boeing Gallery, and a renovated overlook lounge. The Symphony is also adding a community room for education programs and events. According to the Puget Sound Business Journal, construction starts this spring. Sound Transit riders can now ride by simply tapping or a credit card or debit card or their smartphone on Orca card readers. KIRO 7's Dee Dee Sun with more.
Starting right now, you can use your debit or your credit card at the Tap to Pay Orca kiosks. That includes digital wallets too, like Apple Pay. Orca cards are still being accepted, but this new feature is expected to make it easier for people who are visiting or forgot their Orca card at home.
Officials say the change makes transit easier for casual riders and visitors, especially with the big events coming this year. Drivers on the east side will have a slight detour tonight when WashDOT shuts down 405 through Factoria. All northbound lanes will close between Coal Creek Parkway and I-90 beginning at 11:30 p.m., cutting off direct access to I-90. A detour will send drivers to Coal Creek Parkway, reconnecting at Southeast 8th Street. Crews will replace freeway signs with all lanes back open by 4 a.m. tomorrow. And now your KIRO News Radio weather. A little rain left this morning, should clear by early afternoon, but we will stay cloudy, a high near 50. Overnight lows around 40, and our similar forecast runs through Wednesday. 46 and cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, Ursula. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Monday to all of you. Ursula, how's your Monday going, by the way?
It is going. There's just a lot of moving parts right now.
Okay.
We're trying to get someone who is stuck in Mexico, and it's proving to be a little bit harder than we thought it would be. We were hoping that we would get someone on the show by right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got some competing interests because someone just texted, 360 says, what's going on in Mexico is one thing, but please put some more time on the topic of gouging we are getting from Puget Sound Energy. That is real world stuff for Washingtonians. And you're not wrong. We were talking about the power bills.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to get some more information about that for tomorrow's show.
Whoever texts that,
yes.
I just want you to know that we haven't seen any write-up on this, so we need to do our own research on it because I have been complaining about this for the last couple weeks.
Yes.
It's bad.
Yes, and the CCA is in large part to blame, too. the Climate Commitment Act. So but before we start talking about it, we want to make sure that we have our ducks in a row. So Barry in Tenino, who texted that, actually several others also texted about, the power bills. Like someone just said the power bill this last month was the largest they've ever paid.
It's outrageous.
Yes. So we will try to get some more information for you. Text us. Our Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
So it starts with a kid alone in their bedroom talking to something that sounds human, feels human, but is not human. It's a bot.
Okay.
And Olympia is now moving fast on a bill that would regulate how artificial intelligence interacts with minors. And supporters say this is about nothing less than saving lives. It's a bill that is sponsored by Representative Lisa Callan of Issaquah, and it would require AI chatbots to clearly notify users that they're not human. And at the start of every conversation, and every 3 hours after that, you would get a reminder. You are not dealing with a human. Before I continue, though, when you use AI, or whether it's ChatGPT, Copilot, whatever version of AI that you use, do you sometimes put in your inputs are as if you are talking to a real human?
I didn't know you were going to ask me that question, but now that you've brought it up, since February 2023, that's the first time most of us started talking about this whole AI and ChatGPT. I think we can all agree that that thing is getting close to almost human. And what I mean by that is being truly transparent with you all. I say please and thank you.
Me too.
Let me tell you something, y'all. Now let's get real. I ain't never told anything please and thank you. Like when you call customer service, press 1 for English, 2 for Spanish, and go through those things. I've never said thank you. ChatGPT today, I'm pleased and thank you. And hey, I was thinking about this. I literally talk to it like it's a human being.
Yes,
Ursula.
exactly.
And I feel like between me and you, I feel like there's more of a connection. And they be saying no problem.
But you see how dangerous that can be? Can you imagine for young kids?
Text in if I'm the only one, and me and Ursula are the only one to say thank you and please.
No, and I was cracking up, and then I was getting upset because it kept doing the same problem.
We got a guest.
Over and over and over again. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then I start talking again. Now I'm getting angry with it. Like, can you stop that? It's very annoying. And I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. I'm talking to a bot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So this bill, again, if the company knows the user is a minor, that disclosure would have to pop up at least once an hour. And lawmakers are saying, we've heard of some really disturbing stories, kids being exposed to sexually explicit content, bots mimicking, pretending that they are a romantic partner. And in some cases, some even allegedly encouraging self-harm. So this legislation would require companies to use reasonable measures to block that kind of content and prevent bots from urging minors to hide conversations from adults. I think it's necessary.
So necessary. So necessary, Ursula. That's a great topic. We could have went longer on that one for sure. But here we go. I'm looking forward to our next guest because I definitely want to learn and better understand things that are going on.
Yes. Okay, so we are joined by Lee in Mexico. Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Lee, tell us where you're at, first of all.
I am in a little town. I'm in the state of Sinaloa. I am a little town. I am 2 hours from Mazatlan by car. And I'm north of Puerto Vallarta by car.
Okay.
So that kind of gives you the rough area.
Yes. Okay. So you are in an area where they're telling folks to shelter in place. Well, what are you being told right now? So set the scenario for us.
Okay. My little town, it's a village, it's a fishing village. There's only 4,500 people. The next biggest town up is Escuinapa, which is 30 miles north. Well, they're telling people in Escuinapa basically to kind of just be alert, and some of them shelter in place. Escanaba does occasionally have some drug issues and problems with not so well, but local gangs. And so right now, a lot of the stores, I just saw a video on Mazatlan expats, and it showed Mazatlan, the streets, there is nobody there. I mean,
wow.
It's pretty well sheltered in place, evidently. The local people here do take this stuff probably more serious than a lot of expats do, because they've maybe been through it more. But basically, most people are kind of sheltering in place. I personally was going to take a road trip up to the Highlands, up to the colonial area for some of the history areas, but I've postponed that for a week, two, however long, until the trouble clears up.
So far, since this has taken place over the last 24 hours, can you tell us some of your plans? You decided not to make that trip that you were just talking about. And if I come to find out, you live there kind of 6 months out of the year. Is this going to impact your plans going forward? What kind of things are you thinking about deciding to do differently with all of this?
Well, it's like take and stuff.
We are having some issues. We're having some technical issues right now, but I'm hoping that we can reconnect with Lee, who is talking to us.
You got to go 30 miles.
Can you start over and say that again? That's okay. That's all right. It's all right. Say that again.
Okay, we're having some technical issues. Can you hear us, Lee? Okay, I think we're going to have to disconnect right now because we don't have a clear line. But it sounds like he is someone who lives in Seattle 6 months out of the year and then lives over there. And this is definitely changing travel plans. And Sophie, I don't know if you had a chance to talk to him a little bit more about what the situation is. I know which little town that he's talking about. And although they might feel a little more insulated, they're not far from where this is happening.
He said something that was very key. He said, well, the locals here are taking this a lot more serious than I am. I have been saying this all morning, that if we have this idea of what happens in Puerto Vallarta and Cabo and Cancun and all those things, because it has been safe for a reason for us to go back every single year, spring break and family. The locals know. They know what it is. They know the impact of what this can be and how long something like this can last because of the true nature of the power that the cartels truly have. When we think about cartels, usually we think, some drug dealers. Never has there time in the United States do we ever think that drug dealers have the power in the states or federally in this country.
Well, there's so much corruption, too, and there are ties, where there's government influence, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So it's a lot more involved than we know as tourists who go there sometimes on spring break, et cetera. So we will try to reconnect with Lee, but we are going to move on because other big news.
We got to talk about PSC tomorrow.
Yeah, we are definitely going to do that.
Yeah,
people are texting in right now. Yeah, freaking out about the bills, and so we're going to try to get more information about that for sure. But let's talk about the Winter Olympics, because when you were gone last week, I did talk about my favorite, Alyssa Liu.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who
her
won the gold medal.
And
her story and how she just approached the whole thing, and it was amazing. But the U.S. men's hockey team had a big showing, and they are just fresh off a gold medal win at the Olympics, beating Canada. I know Canada's not too happy.
Big deal.
Yes, 2-1 in overtime.
Yeah.
And CBS's Kelly O'Grady was in the arena in Milan and says this was the first national title in 46 years.
USA! It was a golden night for American fans and the U.S. men's hockey team, who bested their biggest rival, Canada.
Incredible.
Shaking still.
It was so electric. And I'll tell you what, the Canadians came out. There was more Canadians in that stadium than U.S. people, which makes it even sweeter.
The victory nearly 50 years after Team USA won gold in the Miracle on Ice Lake Placid Games.
Yeah, Miracle on Ice. That was 1980. Again, when I think of something like that, it's like, whoa, has it really been that long? Which is incredible.
And to which, full transparency, I'm glad you talked about the Winter Olympics. And let me just tell you guys, now I love sports. I love the Olympics. But the Winter Olympics is just not my favorite. And I want to share with you why. Because the United States be getting slapped around in the Winter Olympics. That's not really our jam, you know? And so sometimes I get a little frustrated. And it's not like the Summer Olympics. The Summer Olympics, we get down. Track and field, gymnastics,
So you only like it when there are winners?
I'm a fair weather fan. I only like winners.
Winners, not winters.
I said winners.
Yeah.
So that was good. Yeah, I only like winners. That's it. But I'm just saying. But this, for them winning, I didn't see it. Saw a lot of the highlights and all of the comments and all of the cell phone calls that the team got. All of those things are great.
Well, so the president did call the team, and then there was video that was shared online. You actually shared this with me.
Why you tell everybody?
Because it was FBI Director Kash Patel who was partying in the locker room. I mean, he looked like he was having a great time. Listen.
Looks like he got nothing to do.
We have medals for you guys. And we have to, I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You do know that. I do believe I probably would be impeached, okay? But anyway, if you could work that out, I would be honored to have you all introduce you to the whole...
I got it, boss. I got it.
Okay, you got it, Cash.
I'm on it.
She's doing it. I'm happy.
Wait, can we repeat that again? Hold on a second.
Fun. We have medals for you guys. And we have to, I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You do know that.
2 for 2.
I probably would be impeached, okay? But anyway, if you could work that out, I would be honored to have you all introduce you to the whole...
I got it, boss. I got it.
Okay, you got it, Cash.
I'm on it.
She's doing it. I'm happy.
Gee, why'd you bring that up to me?
I probably shouldn't have, and I shouldn't have brought it up. But the reason why I did, and I think it's very important, of all the things that he does, when he's misogynistic in that way, I know people, oh, gee, come on, you're making it a big deal. It is a big deal when you're talking to the U.S. hockey team after that moment, and then you bash women? I thought it was bashing of women by saying, oh, I might have to bring the women because if I don't, I might get impeached. And then there's this, like, we can't.
Why can't we celebrate? The guys sounded like they were thrilled to bring the women.
But why can't we? But why do we even have to bring it up in the first place? Just enjoy the phone call. Talk about and celebrate their moments. You didn't have to do that. And that's why I brought it up, because we must not normalize this behavior, but it's par for the course. It continues to happen. And I just, sometimes I wonder if he does it on accident or if he does it because he know people like for him to speak that way. And that's a question that I don't know, and maybe you all have an opinion. Maybe some might say, Ursula, he doesn't do it on purpose. He has no idea. No, it's like that old
I think
uncle.
He's so used to talking like that. I mean, we know what he said before he even got into office the first time around. The way he talks, that locker room talk, he's immune to it. I don't know that it doesn't excuse any of it. Let's just put it that way. Okay. But it's too many people are just okay with it. And he's not going to stop because he doesn't get corrected for it.
When we talk about the too many people that are okay with it, so let's just say if you're listening right now, let's just say you're like, hey, G, you're making this a big deal. I'm okay with it. Okay. Are you okay? And here's my question. Are you okay with the misogyny coming from him, or are you okay with misogyny, period?
That's a humongous question.
It's a question,
exactly.
Right?
Would you excuse it from anybody else if you're okay with it?
And then I think you split that, because some might say, hey, I'll accept it from him, but I won't accept it from anyone else. It's just interesting. It's almost like sometimes when we talk about crime, right? Crime in this country. Like, people like, lock them up, be tough on crime, oh my goodness, we can't let this crime get out of the way. But then they're very selective when certain people,
at the Epstein files.
when certain people are committing crimes. It's like, well, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like we're selective with crime, we're selective with misogyny, and we continue.
And
going.
also selective when we care about taxpayer dollars. Do you know that Kash Patel is getting a lot of scrutiny, but it's getting overlooked, I think, in large part because of everything else going on. But he recently used an FBI jet to travel to the Winter Olympics. He was seen celebrating there in the locker room. But there are reports that he has used the FBI jet for other personal reasons, like flying to see his country singer girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins, perform at a wrestling event in Pennsylvania. And they're looking at around $75,000 for the Italy trip. That's the cost to the taxpayer. And I'm just curious if that bothers people.
You know,
there is an investigation into his travel, but he's just like letting it hang out there.
Yeah, I'll tell you why it doesn't bother me as much as I see it bothering a lot of people. Because, I mean, Kash Patel, in full transparency, I just want to say, you're the head of the FBI. I would wonder what Savannah Guthrie's family is thinking about watching you chug down wine or champagne in the locker room, enjoying yourself. And oh, by the way, they tried to deny that he was going over to the Olympics in the first place. And then the video got out and then they couldn't deny it anymore. But Ursula, it doesn't bother me because
it bothers me.
I think everybody do it. I think all them folks that get in positions of power, they all abuse it.
Yeah, and then don't turn around and plead poverty and ask us to pay more in taxes.
What?
I'm going to go right back there.
No, in fact, they actually complain about the other party trying to get more taxes, saying, oh, it's not going to good use. But what are they doing?
Everybody's abusing it.
That's what I was just saying.
Yes.
Hey, coming up next here on the show, let's see what Sophia's got. She's got agree to disagree. And, this is what she got. Check this out, y'all. Should more gyms be women only? Talk about that next. Gee Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes. You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
While you're getting ready every morning, make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-777-1225.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than a tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
And good morning, I'm Nate Connors. A family from Lacey is among many Americans in Puerto Vallarta who are being told to shelter in place amid the violence there. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
Christina Sabarin and her partner are hunkered down at a resort in Puerto Vallarta. She tells KIRO 7 TV explosions and plumes of black smoke are not too far from the front gates.
We're actually down there just 2 days ago in the area where they're at right now, where they're doing all the bombing or blowing up the cars and stuff. There's kids down there. There's families down there.
The Puerto Vallarta airport is closed. Dozens of flights from SEA and other U.S. cities are being canceled. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The Norwegian Bliss, the massive cruise ship that calls Seattle home every summer, has canceled its stop in Mexico. Passengers had just boarded the ship yesterday when they heard the news. The ship runs Alaska cruises out of Seattle in the summer, but spends winters doing Mexico trips out of L.A., a popular option for Pacific Northwest travelers looking for some warmth. On Facebook, passengers said the ship was headed to Puerto Vallarta when the captain announced the change. We reached out to Norwegian Cruise Lines for official comment, but have not yet received a response. Seattle police are investigating a serious collision near Northgate after a driver hit a power pole late Saturday night. Police say a Volkswagen crossed lanes, hit a parked Tesla, and seriously injured its passenger. The driver ran away, but was later arrested on suspicion of vehicular assault. A 34-year-old man arrested in Pierce County after he drove through a Glacier Middle School crosswalk while students in a crossing guard were in the roadway. KIRO 7, Lindsay Sheldon has more.
The Pierce County Sheriff's Office found the driver parked in the school's bus loop the next day, but he refused to get out of the car. A deputy had to break his window to haul him out. He's now facing charges for reckless driving, resisting arrest, and driving on a suspended license.
And now your KIRO News Radio traffic. And really our biggest holdup today is out at the Agate Pass Bridge. The annual cleaning is underway, so drivers are alternating at the bridge. This work is between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. daily through Friday. Plan on 20 to 30-minute delays. This will affect those catching the Seattle Bainbridge ferry, so plan accordingly. And speaking of ferries, the Port Townsend-Coupeville ferry route is canceling their 12:30 departure from Port Townsend and the 1:15 out of Coupeville due to low tides this afternoon. Other than that, minor backups to downtown Seattle. South 5 is heavy crossing the Ship Canal Bridge. I-5 backup northbound starts just past Mercer, delaying your trip by 5 minutes. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio. And now your weather, cloudy with a high near 50. This is our forecast through much of the week, starting off with early morning showers, lows near 40. 48 and cloudy right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show at 11:33. It's time for us to agree to disagree. Brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
Okay, so recently, over the past few weeks, we've talked a lot about gym culture because we have Flex Friday, and I know that you both are working out this year.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about how you feel about that gym culture. According to surveys conducted both in the UK and the US, more than 60% of women feel intimidated in mixed gym environments. Some say that it can be overwhelming to attempt certain workouts or use machines around maybe stronger athletic men. It can feel a little intimidating. And with that, another data report from Run Repeat has also said that more than half of women have experienced some form of harassment at gyms. And so the demand for women-only fitness centers or areas of just women are on the rise. And in Seattle, gyms like the Olympic Athletic Club are already offering women-only gym spaces. And some critics say that this does not address the underlying issue of women experiencing harassment, and it might not be doing anything better to help gym culture. So my question is, do you think that this is something that should be encouraged? Ursula, the more that you've gone to the gym, do you feel that it would be beneficial to have a women's only gym or area?
Now, I have gone to, it used to be, was it called Curves? I used to go to a place where it was really catering to women, and I enjoyed that at the time I was going because I did feel self-conscious about going to the gym, and I like to be around the energy of other women who were going through the same thing. Right now, I go to the Seattle Athletic Club, and it is co-ed. And I will say that when I go, because I'm not an expert on the weights, and sometimes when I go, there are folks who really know what they're doing. And on occasion, I've wondered, like, do they find it annoying that I'm here pumping like the tiniest amount of weights and, doing my wipe down and all that kind of stuff, and they just want to get their business done because they look like they're all business. Mm-hmm. Have I ever felt harassment? No, but I also don't go when it's really busy. Yeah. I think it's important, and maybe I'm going to be unpopular for this, but I think that I would be in support of spaces where it is for women only. Because I could see where you would feel less self-conscious. You would feel like you aren't judged as much. And I know that there would be issues coming along with that as well.
Yeah. There most definitely needs to be more women gyms, all women gyms. It is a safer space sometimes because, so let me just say this. So in gym culture, just a normal, regular co-ed gym, the people that have been working out for a while, they understand a few things, right? They understand like, hey, that's not the place to be hitting on the woman at the gym. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? That this lady has come to do her workout. She's got headphones in for a reason. leave her alone. That's one. Two, you're not a trainer. You're not an expert. Quit going up to her, telling her, you're not doing this right. You got to get proper form and things like that. Sometimes I'll see someone that might be doing improper form. I'm going to mind my business.
Yeah.
Because what I don't want to do is give you, nobody wants to hear you come over and correct.
No.
I mean, they might like it, but
Unless
you don't
someone
know.
asks.
Unless someone asks.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
So a lot of us fellas just don't understand. And when I say a lot of us fellas, it's usually the fellas that just started coming to the gym, just started working out. They might not understand some of the rules, some of the unwritten rules that are out there. So yes, because there's some women, and maybe you're listening right now, you do feel intimidated to go to the gym. You would rather not go to the gym because maybe there's a gym that's close to you, but it's co-ed, but some of those things may have either happened to you or you've heard about those things. So I'm with you. People want to feel safe in these environments. And by the way, if somebody's doing the machine, Ursula, there's this hip abductor thing where the weights are right here between your legs.
Yes.
And sometimes they go to
And
go to squeeze it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Roscoe.
Yeah.
Do not sit on the other side looking like this. That is not the time to stare. Another thing, when the lady is doing her squats, when she's doing the squats, don't be from behind.
Yes.
That's not a good idea.
Have you actually seen either of those scenarios happen in a gym? That's
Are you kidding me? Yes.
Ew.
Absolutely. Now, I do want to say something to the ladies.
You're going at peak hour.
I do want to say something to the ladies, though.
Yeah, which is never okay anyway.
I just want to say something.
Yeah.
Some of y'all know what you're doing sometimes when you're wearing something. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, 425 texted in. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What did they say?
425 texted in and said, I feel on thin ice all the time when I'm at the gym. I get questioning looks for picking a treadmill if it's next to a woman, and I get angry glares if I walk past a woman recording her workout for her online stuff. So now there's a guy who's saying he feels uncomfortable.
That's because you walked in the video. You probably didn't try to walk around the video. But listen, now and this is important. Sophia, tell all the ladies that some of y'all know what you're doing. Some of y'all, I don't want to sound like a baby boomer, but some of y'all are wearing some inappropriate things in there, and then you're wondering why Lil Roscoe is over there staring. That's what's happening. That there's no way. Sometimes you wearing those little tights, they're not supposed to be see-through. No!
Okay, but if they are, and you're a dude who's just staring there, like you said, trying to find the most opportune spot.
That's wrong.
Okay.
I am not justifying it.
Yes.
But I do want to say, sometimes, some of y'all know what you're doing.
Yes. And sometimes you're hoping someone approaches you for a date.
Whoa! Wait. I don't think you do. Most women don't want to be approached at the gym.
No, I said most don't. But there are some who would hope that they would meet people at the gym. I know someone right now who is actively hoping that they meet someone at the gym that they work out at.
To me, meeting someone at the gym seems like the worst case scenario.
Why?
Just because it is a very vulnerable environment. Like, I just want to be locked in and I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of it. I think maybe there are a lot of guys that feel like even if I want to respectfully ask out a woman at the gym, I can't because it's just one of those environments that you just don't do it. I think there's a list of places that you don't ask someone out.
Yes.
Yeah.
The gym and the beauty salon.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get asked out at the beauty salon. That's not what you want to do. You go in there to get beautified.
Wow, you look so much better with that haircut than you did 10 minutes ago. Want to go out?
And Grandma Everett says, Gee, now you're blaming women for what they wear. Is that what I did, y'all?
No, you were trying to be very careful about not saying that.
Yes.
But I do think that is part of the problem because at the end of the day, men can work out shirtless and it's fine. And women can't really do the same. They can't do that, obviously.
I'm going to tell you, again, if you work out shirtless, you're one of those new people in the gym, right?
That would be too weird.
Proper gym culture allows for everyone to have a safe space in it.
That's true.
Amen.
Now, Ursula, before
you
you
were
leave,
saying, though, why would you want to date someone who also goes to the gym? Because you would have that shared interest, right?
No.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But this is why I think the gyms should offer mixers or events
No, they shouldn't.
outside of
No,
the
they
gym.
shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. Let me tell you why you shouldn't.
Stop.
There's 3 places that you do not date. You don't date at the gym, you don't date at work, and you don't date in your apartment building.
Man, that limits. If those are the 3 places you go primarily, you're messed up.
And that's why we have a single epidemic.
I mean,
There's too many rules.
Unless
many rules.
Okay, but unless at the
Layla
gym
says Bellevue Club is a pickup place.
Unless you're at the
Agreed.
gym and you're going to marry that person, unless you're at work and you're going to marry that person, unless you're in an apartment complex, you're going to marry that person, anything else that doesn't end in marriage is a disaster.
Ava says, I met my husband at the gym. He came up, talked to me.
Husband.
We were married 2 years later.
Husband.
There
Yeah,
you
but
go.
you don't know if they're going to be your husband when they come up to you.
But if they're not your husband, then what?
But you know
now
they're not.
now you need a new gym.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the
Hold
problem.
on. See, I'm the minority here. Now you know they're not going to be your husband if you don't even give them a chance.
Stay away from the gym. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Text message feedback and Ursula's words live by.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike McDonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
Seattle will hold a victory parade Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO News Radio.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
Worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
That's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member, you get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-777-1225.
the first few steps that I took in the morning were pretty painful.
This is Carlos.
I mean, I had been told by multiple orthopedic surgeons that there was no alternative for me.
That wasn't what he wanted to hear. You see, Carlos is an active guy.
I played basketball, and for 3 to 4 days after, my knees would just be so swollen. And now I can play basketball, and there is no swelling. There is no pain in the knees.
No swelling, no pain, because Carlos went to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm just happy to be able to be out there. And then knowing that tomorrow I am not going to suffer for this.
What do you say to your friends and family who are in pain?
I say, I had horrible knee pain, and stem cells really worked for me. You might want to go to Dr. Wagner, just get a consultation before you have surgery.
Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Retirement is supposed to be a time of rest and relaxation. But every week I get calls from seniors who are stressed out because their cost of living keeps going up. They love their home and they want to stay in it, but they're struggling with rising property taxes, monthly bills, and monthly mortgage payments if they have one. Hi, I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage, a local family-owned company. I specialize in the reverse mortgage, which allows seniors to tap into your home equity for tax-free cash to pay off your mortgage, pay off debts, and maybe put some extra money in the bank. A reverse mortgage is a great option for some people, but it's not right for everyone. So give me a call and you'll talk directly to me in person or over the phone for honest advice you can trust. Search for Best Mortgage on the web or call us at 425-649-6000. You'll talk to me, not an AI robot. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Your new home is ready now. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new construction communities across Puget Sound and Central Washington, with more coming. Find your new home at drhorton.com. America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Before we get to the text messages, I tell y'all things that go on behind the scene. And Ursula, you were saying something. What were you saying?
Which part?
About that text message.
Oh, from Kurt in Broadview.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, so he texted in and was upset when we were talking about the BAFTAs today and the award ceremony where an activist and the subject of a film called I Swear, which was actually nominated for a BAFTA award, was cursing and used a racial expletive when, was it Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo?
Yeah, exactly. We're presenting an award.
Yeah.
And we were talking, and our focus mostly when we were discussing was that it wasn't edited out by BBC until later. Never. It actually never was. They gave an apology later.
Right.
And then the other thing was the presenter or the host of the show came in and said, if you were offended, this is why that happened. And, if you were offended, I'm sorry, if you were offended.
Yeah.
Well, Kurt said, I listened to you because you bring up all these different points of view. What I didn't get to share with everybody is I understand, and I'm especially sympathetic to people who have Tourette syndrome. Mm-hmm. My own son has a mild version of TS, so I'm very well aware of what it is, and it is a neurological disorder that basically there are different levels. And what my son has is nothing similar to what the actor or the person who was saying these things has. Coprolalia is the most extreme form, and it's the form that everyone knows about because everyone thinks, well, if you have Tourette's, you've got that.
You got that. Yep.
And that's what it is. And Kurt was saying, well, you could have talked about it and made people understand that condition a lot more. I could go in great depths on it, and it is something that is often misunderstood. There is a very big stigma attached to it, and I hope that people use this as a way to inform themselves about Tourette syndrome and what is something that you can control and what you can't control. Essentially, it is a tic disorder you cannot control. So if this person blurted that out, he may have tried and known that, oh my gosh, that is something that I don't want to say, and it's the worst thing I could say, and you cannot stop it. Right. I mean, that is hallmark of TS in that form.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that doesn't take away from the fact that it had an impact on people. And that was the issue that we were talking about.
And I want to just say this, because I didn't say it to you, but now since he brought that up, having no idea that you very understand that topic so much, I want to say that I have so much respect for you, because when we were talking about it, we were talking about it from the standpoint of the impact that it has on people. So you, Ursula, didn't take that time to say, well, my son, I understand, right? You left that alone. But the only reason why this is coming up now is because someone tried to accuse you of... Listen, we do our best to try to talk about all different types of angles. Are we perfect? No. Is there anybody that does it like we do? No.
Can we get to everything that we want to talk about? No. And that said, I mean, I don't know that my son would necessarily want me to share his business, because there is a stigma attached, but he's doing quite well and he's fine. But again, I think that it's important for people to understand.
Yeah.
Also, what goes on with Tourette syndrome, because it's actually much more prevalent than you may think.
It's now time for your words to live by. Ursula, what you got?
Well, this is, I'm combining two things, because we're talking about taking care of ourselves, going to the gym, etc.
Yeah.
You can't really be present for the people in your life if you aren't taking care of yourself. That is actually a quote from Kerry Washington, which I really like. But I like this one from Joyce Meyer as well. I believe the greatest gift that you can give your family and the world is a healthy you.
Man. Ooh, that's so good. Physically, spiritually, and mentally.
For sure.
No question.
The trifecta.
Nick, what you got, man?
Well, lately these days, Gen Z surely has a slower start while they stick around with parents longer than their folks would part. But perhaps a deal is made that doesn't mean mowing the lawn, rather managing their social media posts after they're gone. And if leaving those posts up to kids to speak your later mind, they'll be warning younger people not to date at gyms they find, unless you're just there for the spandex selfies and eyeballs. That ain't a dating scene for you. Give me a break.
Hey.
I love it.
Ursula.
Yes.
You really do got somebody that's trying to get picked up at the gym?
This person has said, I wish I could meet someone at the gym, because it would be one thing automatically that we have in common.
Yeah.
This person also said they were very attractive people at the gym.
It's kind of like work, though. You know, like G said, if you ain't getting married, it could be messy.
It could be messy.
But you find another gym.
I was going to say, you better be ready to hop to a different gym.
Wait, time out. Ursula, did you just say just find another gym?
Find another gym if it gets too messy.
Ursula, do you know how hard that is? Like most
Clearly, I don't.
Okay.
I go to one gym, I go to another.
All right, we're going to do this again tomorrow. Thanks, Ursula.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia.
Yeah, of course.
Nick, appreciate you, man.
You too, man.
The Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. I got a meeting with one of the bosses. It says that. See if I can get out of it. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Save $1,700 when you have Day and Night match your current furnace with a qualifying AC or heat pump.
Your furnace is lonely all by itself, but it doesn't have to be. With our Matchmaker Special, we'll match your furnace with a perfect air conditioner or heat pump to keep your furnace company and your home comfy all year round.
Match your furnace to a qualifying cooling system and save $1,700.
DayandNight.net. Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
The Gee and Ursula Show.
There's two types of people. One's that use a washcloth. The other are bare hand bandits.
Hate to break it to you, but
Ursula, you a bare hand bandit?
Weekdays 9 to noon. Watch live on YouTube.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-269-3454. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-269-3454 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-269-3454 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-269-3454.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.